Australians are known for their laid back lifestyle, friendliness, and kindness. But after living there, I realized it's actually the little everyday things that make Australia feel different, that makes it feel so friendly and welcoming. There are these like small unwritten social rules that most Australians follow or do every day without even thinking about them, probably. Without even thinking that it's actually kind of special because you don't see that everywhere. Things like how you greet a stranger, how they talk to people, and how they show respect. And coming from Estonia, where people are definitely more reserved, some of these completely surprised me. And I honestly think some of these habits should exist everywhere because they really do make everyday life feel so much nicer. So here are 5 unwritten social rules or habits that Australians do that foreigners should know. Saying hi to people you don't know. One of the first things I noticed in Australia was that how people acknowledge each other. Not only in grocery stores, cafes, or any other stores, but actually even just on the streets. Depending on where you are, it's pretty common for people to just smile or say hi to you walking past you. People smile to you and in a way acknowledge you. One thing I absolutely loved about Australians is saying hi to bus drivers and thanking them when they get off from the bus, which is not that normal in Europe, but it should be. It should be the norm everywhere. Thanking every worker, not only the bus drivers, but literally every worker. Why shouldn't we say more thank you? And I've actually never seen the friendliest bus drivers than I've seen in Australia. But I think that's the thing. Maybe that's the key. People respect them, people thank them, and of course, it makes you feel happier doing your job. It makes you want to smile to people, doesn't it? And also, another thing that Australians do is entering on the bus from the front door only. I know that this might be a thing in some other places as well, and especially like in the longer route buses, but I mean the city buses. Because in my country, we can enter from any door. And I know that we tried to do this in Estonia, and oh boy, people did not like that at all. But Australians just line up so nicely to wait for the bus and greet the bus driver. It's just something that I noticed. I don't know if you've noticed in Europe and in other countries, so let me know. But yeah, this is not a thing in Estonia. Another thing Australians do is saying hi, how are you as a welcome. Saying hi, how are you doesn't always mean like a deep conversation or a question or something that people expect you to answer. It is just a hello, just a friendly greeting when you enter somewhere, and you can answer it the same way. Good, thanks. How are you? And that's the end of the conversation. You don't have to say anything else. You don't have to explain how your day is going, but just a simple hi, how are you? And good, how are you? And you will hear it everywhere. You will hear it in retail shops, restaurants, buses, grabbing your coffee. So don't get shocked when strangers ask you, hi, how are you? How's your day been? It's just normal. It might sound obvious to Australians, but if you come from somewhere where strangers don't really ask questions like that or barely even talk to you, it definitely catches you off guard. But it's a very nice habit to have. Australians say sorry a lot. And I love this. I absolutely love this. Australians often apologize for everything. Someone accidentally bumps into you in the shop or on the streets. Oh, sorry. Or you might be in a grocery store grabbing something at the same time with someone and, oh, sorry, take it, or you say whatever. Or maybe someone blocks your way unintentionally or you do it and, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to, and you move on. People say sorry a lot. And sometimes the other person apologizes, even though you were the one in the way. And it's not like people did something wrong, it's just common courtesy. People notice things and like to keep things friendly. Instead of people getting annoyed, you're on my way or whatever, they just laugh it off and move on. It's such a simple thing. And I think these small things have a bigger impact than people actually realize. Because when someone says sorry for something small, it immediately makes the interaction feel so much nicer. Your day is so much better. It feels like I see you, I respect you. Coming from Estonia, this isn't something we do here. or anywhere in Europe, as far as I know. I've never noticed it anywhere else. But I did notice that when people are a little bit more patient, a little bit more polite, say just a simple I'm sorry, everyday life just feels better and nicer. So we should all do that more often. Another thing Australians do very well is small talk. Australians start a conversation very easily and everywhere. If you're waiting in line somewhere in Australia, there's a pretty good chance someone will start talking to you at the supermarket checkout, at the coffee shop, in the elevator, waiting in queues somewhere, at the beach, or your waitress starts talking to you about random things, about life in general. Someone might casually comment, "Beautiful weather today, isn't it?" Or "Busy day, huh?" And yeah, that's how the small talks usually start. It definitely feels weird at first if you're coming from somewhere where it's not a thing. But over time, you realize how great it actually is. It definitely took me some time, but now I absolutely miss those random conversations about life, about day, about anything really. It's just a small way of creating a friendly moment, a small way to make someone's day a bit better and make someone smile when you're listening to them or when they can share their story or something. You meet people who have great stories to tell. You learn about their life, and sometimes you even learn something new that you didn't know at all. Like, I learned a lot about different cultures, or people asked me a lot about my culture. And yeah, it's just a fun way to interact, I think. It's a fun way to share stories. I've had some fun conversations with strangers who I never saw afterwards, but it definitely made my days better and very memorable sometimes. Another thing Australians do, Australians are casual. If I had to describe Australians' culture in one word, it would probably be no worries. The no worries lifestyle. It's also in how they interact with people. Australians are known for being relaxed and easygoing, and not just what clothes they wear, but how they connect and interact with people and strangers. It's normal to call someone mate, even if you don't know them that well. It's normal to be casual with your boss. Maybe not every boss, but as far as my workplaces, it was normal to be like a friend with your boss. It's normal to not use overly formal language, and it's very common to make fun of yourself or even make fun of, I wouldn't say others, but I mean, Australians have their own humor, and I think it's fun. Australians just don't take themselves too seriously. Someone can be successful, confident, and good at what they do, but they don't necessarily act like they're better than anyone else. And I think that's one of the reasons Australia feels so welcoming to so many people. I felt very welcomed. If I didn't know something, people like explained it to me, tried to help me in any way they could, gave me directions. If I said something wrong, they tried to like explain it to me, or this is actually how it is said or done, or whatever it might have been. Australians are very, very helpful in any way. And that's my experience. It's funny because none of these habits are like this big thing or anything huge, but they do have a really big impact on how everyday life feels, how welcome somebody feels. So sometimes these small acts and habits and cultural differences can have such a big impact. If you're Australians, are these things normal to you that you don't even notice them anymore? That you're doing them, or that they might feel different compared to the rest of the world? And if I missed any, write some of them in the comments. I would love to read them. And if you're from another country, what's one unwritten social rule where you live that visitors always find surprising? I would love to know that as well. I love learning about these cultural differences because they're often the things you won't find in any travel guide. So if you're curious about how people live, think, and interact, or any other cultural differences in different countries, you'll probably enjoy the next videos as well. So hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.